Hi everybody,
Hi, I'm Katie.
and I'm Nick,
And we are Katie Nik Knit.
and this is a bonus episode!
Bonus!
Woo.
Alright.
So, we have finally decided on a make-along, our second make-along. So, and our origin story of the make-along. My sweet sister commented on some of our YouTube videos when we were asking for recommendations on what we should do next and mentioned a bag. And Katie's idea to that was?
Yeah, and I was like, well, first of all, that's a cool idea because we wanted to do something you could either knit or crochet. And, you know, for this one, it'd be kind of fun to leave the pattern open so you can pick what you want. And for the summertime, it's like, you know, everybody's going out and about and it's nice to have something cute to throw all your stuff in. But beyond that, I thought about, you know, we're up in northern Ohio, right on Lake Erie, and I'm like, what is our area known for besides the beach? Which, I mean, beach bags are essential as
Right.
well. But there's a ton of farmers markets all summer long. There's like farm stands all over the place, a lot of local farmers. You can get fresh fruit and veggies, like you can't like walk out your door without tripping over fresh produce, which is amazing. But I, being somewhat new to the area, I'm like still getting used to all of this, you know, abundance at my doorstep and, you know, going and checking out all the local farmers markets. Like my husband and I went to the one in Sandusky a couple weekends ago to check it out, and that's probably one of the least like farmy farmers markets because it's in the downtown area. But anyway, I was like, why don't we do a farmers market make along? And that can be kind of the theme. You can use your bag for whatever you want, but you know, we love our fresh fruits and veggies.
And not only that, there are so many like general markets around here. Like
Yes.
some people will have veggies and plants and crafts and
Eggs.
Like all the stuff. There's a place like close to here. I mean, there's crochet and sewing and plants that someone has dug out of their yard and
Honey.
all of the goodies.
Yes.
All of the goodies. So we thought that would be something that everybody could be included in.
Yes.
And today we are going to talk about some patterns that we have rounded up that we think you might love or that we love. So we're going to jump right into our list.
Yeah.
Everything that we mentioned today will be linked on Ravelry and listed below, I think, right?
Yeah.
Katie's
in
the
show
editor.
notes. Yep.
So we're going to jump right in.
Do we want to talk about how long we're going to do it for?
Oh, yeah.
Real quick. So we are going to run this make along. Again, you can knit, you can crochet, you can choose any pattern you like. We're just sharing some that we thought were cool. But we are going to run it now through the end of August, and we'll put this again at the end. But if you want to participate, you know, share photos as you progress, share your finished object photos on Instagram, and just hashtag Farmers Market MAL for Farmers Market Make Along. And yeah, we'll pick a winner at the end of August and have a cute little prize and, you know, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyway.
Thanks
dive
in
right
advance for joining along.
Yes.
Thank you, Lauren, for your suggestion.
Yes.
And thank you,
Excellent.
friends, for all the watches and likes.
Yes.
Let's jump in.
All right, so we are going to kind of alternate knit and crochet bags, I think pretty much through the whole thing here. So feel free to skip around if you want, but we're going to share an image of every one of them and just talk a little bit about the stats and like why we think they're cool. So first up is the West Side Market Bag by Corey Purdom. And the West Side Market is actually a Cleveland fixture. It is a really beautiful historic indoor market that's in this like literal historic landmark of a building. It's gorgeous. It's just big open space, and it's got all these vendors. They have all sorts of food and meats, and
I have
you know.
never been there before.
You haven't? It's
I've
so
not.
cool. We should go sometime.
My husband talks about falafels from there. I do not know what a falafel is, but
You're gonna find
he
out.
makes me want to try it.
Yeah, we should go. It's really cool. It's a good like photo op too. It's just like a cool building, but lots of really neat vendors there. I've only been a couple times because like we haven't been since I moved up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really neat. So this designer, Corey Purdom, it looks like she may not currently live in Cleveland, but she has lived in Cleveland at some point, and so she is specifically referencing the very same market. So I was like, let's lead off with the local gal. Anyway, this is a free pattern. It is knit. It is a worsted weight bag, and it is about 315 to 350 yards. So this one's kind of cute. It's like a little netted bag. I was thinking about this and I'm like, net and knit are gonna sound so much the same every time I say
A
this.
netted bag.
I'm like, I don't know if this is just like my Ohio accent. That's a net bag. But this one looks like just kind of a cute slouchy bag. Throw it over your shoulder. It's got a nice wide handle. It looks like it's got a little bit of reinforcement up at the top. So, you know, pretty basic market bag. Serves its purpose. You can kind of customize it however you like with colors and stuff. So that's our first one.
All right, our second one is A Day at the Market Bag by Heather's Craft Corner. This is a crochet bag. It's $5.50, but also available for free. And it is worsted weight yarn, 425 to 450 yards. And the cool part that Katie found about this was she offers tutorials, left hand or right hand. We love that. And the bag itself is, I feel like it's such a solid bag for a crochet project. I feel like knitting usually has more of the solid look. Crochet has more of like a netty look. This is a very good solid bag, and the project pages show people making it in like a good neutral color yarn or some ombre yarn, and it gives two totally different effects. I'm loving both.
All right, and then next up we have another knit bag. It is the Ilene Bag by Hannah Mason, who goes by I Knit You Not.
What a cute name.
Yeah, right? So like I said, this is a knit bag. This one is a free pattern. It is sport weight, and it's about 270 yards. So this one has a nice wide strap and not a very long one, I think, just in case the strap stretches a little bit if you kind of load it up, which is great. So it kind of builds in the anticipation of the fact that you're going to be using it. It looks like it's super stretchy with that fine netting. It's got a solid fabric bottom as well, which I think is kind of cool, so nothing kind of seeps out the bottom of the bag.
All right, bag 3, I already lost count.
It's all good.
The Mattie Bag Collection by Nikki Little. This is a crochet bag. Actually, it's a crochet bundle that you can buy for $6.50. It is worsted weight yarn, 125 to 375 yards. And the parts that come in the bundle, there's a few different things. So this comes with a bag that one of the handles is higher than the other, so you kind of knot it through almost, and almost like if you grab a grocery bag through the other and accidentally pick it up that way. And then there's also a even handled one, and I believe one more, maybe a long shoulder strap. It is a solid, in the project picture, it's a solid white at the bottom, a cute rainbow in the middle, and then another solid white up top. Of course, you could do it all in one color, but I thought that was a cute color block to incorporate a few different colors. I picture it in like 3. If you did 3 separate, I feel like that would be so cute.
Super cute.
I feel like not only is this good for farmers market, if you did the one that, you know, goes through the other side, this could be an awesome knitting bag too. You could just run your yarn right up through it.
Yeah, that's smart. I like that. Our next one is the Farmstand Sack by Laura Nalkin, and I am obsessed with this bag. It is kind of a simple bag, so I think it's the product photo that's steering it for me, but this is a knit bag. The pattern is $5. It's worsted weight, and it's about 220 yards. I just think the shape of this bag is so cute, and I love the photo where she's got 3 colors together. And this makes me think of, like, this is really going to make me feel old saying this out loud, but when the fruit-colored iMacs all came out and they had the cute commercials where they're, like, dancing around in a circle and they're all together.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Right, okay. So the iMacs used to be these little chubby guys, and they were just the brightest, prettiest fruit colors. There were, like, 5 of them. And just like they do with the iPhones and then everything, they, like, show them all together.
Gotcha.
And you want all of them because they look so cute together.
Right.
And you're like, I'm not gonna get 5 computers, but I want all of them.
Right.
That's how I feel about this bag. I want to knit one in every color and then like carrying them on both shoulders and look like a real weirdo. So that's how I feel about this bag. Anyway, I like this because there's a garter stitch border and strap, and that's a little bit of a variety from some of the other ones. And there's also a cute little tab that you can button the top shut if you don't load it up, or if you've got like your keys and wallet and stuff in there. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to look out for some cute buttons, and I also liked there's a real pretty little circular detail at the bottom of the bag, which is fun. So nobody might see it, but I will enjoy it.
There's a typo and it's so cute.
Yes, I noticed that. I wrote I'm obsessed.
not a sessy. I'm obsessy.
I'm obsessy with this bag. I'm like totes obsessing.
Our next bag is...
No. I'm so obsessy with this bag. We can't move on. I don't care about any other bag. Okay, go ahead.
The next bag is the Mum Market Bag by Emily Biddle. Excuse me, I hope I pronounced that right. It's a crochet bag and it's free. It is a worsted pattern, about 240 yards. So there is like I thought it was a mandala at the beginning, but now I realize that it's a mum. There's a mum at the bottom of this bag, which is so sweet. And then it's some solid, stitches worked around that. And then after you get up, there's some netting around it, which this would make such a quick like project. The strap is pretty solid and I can just see that really holding well, especially if you did it in cotton. And the project photo is in the sweetest like pinky purple that you totally see in fall with mums.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
That's beautiful. That's another thing we can, I'm going to throw out that a lot of these patterns suggest using cotton yarn rather than wool because wool is really, really stretchy. Mm-hmm. So if you're a newer knitter, we're both pretty new at this, it's just something to keep in mind. Like cotton, linen, hemp, I think were the ones that I saw the most that will hold up a little bit better.
Nice.
They'll still stretch just based on the structure of the bag, but they're not going to totally slouch and bag out.
Down to your knee or something.
Right. All right, so the next one is another knit pattern. It is called Not a Sandy Bottom, and it's by Dorothy Dean. This is a free pattern. It is worsted weight, and it's about 360 yards. So this one is a really nice beach bag. It does have a solid bottom, so it'll hold all your stuff, but there's plenty of room for sand to shake out the sides. Sand to shake out the sides. I can read. It looks like a pretty sturdy handle too. The designer actually has a few tips and tricks on her Ravelry for success with the pattern repeats, so definitely check that out. But yeah, this one's cute. This one almost has a little bit of a crochet look to it, but it is a knitted bag.
Yeah, it for sure does.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the next one is the Carry All Bag One Skein Wonder by Ashley Shoemaker, and this is a free pattern worked in air and weight yarn. It's 600 yards, which I think is one of the most amount of yarn used in most of the patterns that we're talking about today. It gives me 2010 Target vibes. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about.
I can see that.
Yeah, and it's just like a good solid tote, and it's worked flat, which most of these are worked in the round, so I was pretty surprised to see that. They did some serious color blocking in it. I can picture this all in one color. Like, I feel like a red would look so dreamy with some tulips sticking out of the back.
Yes.
I would love it.
Cute.
Love it.
Yeah, it looks like a real nice dense fabric.
For sure. Especially in air and weight yarn.
Yes. And probably, even with the yardage, it'd probably work out pretty quick too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right, so the next one is another knit pattern. It is the Hexagonal Market Bag by Laura Dianiska. And this is a free pattern. It's worsted weight and it is 350 to 400 yards. The base of this one is really cute. It kind of follows the structure of a lot of the other ones where it's kind of a netted bag with a little band and then a handle. But the base of this one is sort of like a soft hexagon. Like it almost has a little bit of like an embossed look to it in the transition from the bottom to the netting. I thought that was really cute. I just love, like, even though these bags, some of them are kind of similar, they have these little details that sort of set them apart.
Yeah. It gives it, like, some ruffles almost. So, like, some shaping, but the opposite of shaping.
A little visual interest. You can be like, yeah, I knit this, and look at the bottom. Right. But yeah, it's got a decently wide strap, so it looks like it would be comfy. I just smacked my mic. I'm so sorry. It looks like it would knit up pretty quickly. So yeah, that's kind of a little cute bag. This one's shown in a solid color. It'd be fun to do one of these netted ones in like a color changing yarn.
Or speckle. Yeah. Like I've made a market bag in a speckle and I totally loved it. I feel like it was like went with multiple of my outfits.
Oh, for sure.
So, all right. Another crochet one is, this is a little long, the Flower Granny Square Tote Bag by Elegantly Fashionable Creations.
Cute.
This is a crochet bag. It's roughly $6.50. I put that because it was not in USD, so it was like a weird amount. But this is made in DK. It is a seamed granny square bag, so there's a few different yarns you need. The main color is 158 yards. The contrast color one for the flower is 201 yards, and then contrast color 2, which would be the leaf, is 116 yards. I think this is at the top of my list to make, specifically because I have this pillow that I'm pretty sure my great-great-grandma made. and it is all those vibes. Like, I want to find the exact yarn.
It's amazing.
This seems like a...
hold it up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. It's like not ombre. I don't know what this is, but you can tell it wasn't changed. So I'm hoping that I can find yarn similar to this. I would do a little less of a lime green. And I think I'm going to make this bag. I think this is going to be my farmer's market make along. So, I really love this. It's definitely more detailed than the ones that we've been showing. But if you want to challenge yourself a little more, I encourage you to do this with me.
Yes. Very nice.
Thank you.
So the next one that I've got is another knit pattern. It is the Grrlfriend Market Bag by Laura Spradlin. And I loved the name of this first because I think I was...
Grrlfriend. That's what it says.
Because I think I was born 10 years too late and I should have been a riot girl, but I missed the boat. So sorry, everybody. Anyway, this is by Laura Spradlin. This is a free pattern. It is worsted weight. There's no yardage listed, but from the other Ravelry project pages, it looks like it's like 250 to 500-ish. So, thereabouts. Maybe a good thing for your scraps, kind of, whatever you've got an abundance
This is
of.
like a good net bag too.
Yeah, I really like this one. This one has a cool origin story too. I love this, so I had to share it. The designer had a friend who gave her an ex-husband's sweater in the hopes that she could reuse the yarn. And she was like, this felt like kind of a meaningful object. And she's like, what am I supposed to do with this? I need it to tell me what it wants to be. And she wore it around a couple times and laid it out and was thinking about it. And then one of the knitters that was in her sphere of influence suggested to her, people that they make something for somebody who could use a little pick-me-up. And so it happens that the friend who gave her the sweater was having surgery, and so she made this market bag out of the sweater and gifted it back to her, with a new spirit. Awesome. And I was like, what a sweet gesture. So, I'm like, I love a little origin story. But this bag's really cute, and it's also got a cool X detail across the bottom. Another little secret, look at the bottom of the bag. I'm all about it.
And probably some more stability too, for sure.
Yes, I think so. I think that's a plus when it, this one looks like it's full of apples or something. So, that's going to weigh you down a little bit.
All right, our next one is the Eyelet Market Tote by Ilene Bag. This is a crochet pattern available for $6, worsted weight, 200 to 250 yards. Seems like that's our average here. This is another super quick make. It is a lot of netting. I love the color blocking that they did in this pattern. I feel like it's another good staple, and it's another good stash buster, especially if you have a lot of cotton laying around. Because I feel like the majority of these bags don't use up a whole skein. I feel like this would be a good stash buster for that reason. And this has a cool drawstring. And you could add some cool stuff to that drawstring. You could get those big fat wooden beads. You could put some of this, I think they're called pony beads. They have glitter in them. So cute. And then just another little accessory to add to your bag.
That'd be so fun. You could even do that. This one's got a little thicker netting, so maybe not on this one, but on some of the thinner netting ones, you could do it as you go.
Oh yeah,
in the body
the
of the
pony
bag.
beads would work for that.
Really fun. Oh, I like that.
That's a good idea.
All right, the next one is another knit pattern. This one is Medano Beach by Heidi Kiermeier, and this one, this is a reference that only my dad is going to get. But every time I read the name of this pattern, it makes me think of a song called Medano Beach by Paul Schaefer and Brian Wilson. And I'm gonna see if I can just put a sample.
Medano Beach.
I don't even know how you just said the word Kiermeier. I would have said
I'm German. That's how.
I don't even know what I would have said to just pronounce that.
Hopefully I got it right, but that's my best.
I feel like that's got to be pretty spot on.
That's pretty funny. But yeah, so this is another knit pattern. This is a free one. It is DK weight, and it is about 550 yards. So this one is on the higher side yardage wise, but again, it's kind of a really dense fabric, which is nice. So if you want to protect your stuff, this is the way to go. It is kind of unstructured. It looks nice and roomy. It's got a knotted strap, which I like. Not a lot of these do, but this way, if you need to adjust the strap, if it stretches out a little bit, you can change the length. I like that.
That's cool. I did not realize that.
How cute is that to have a little knot on your shoulder?
Right. I love that.
Yeah, this one, it has a real pretty straight pattern. It's very 70s looking, but you could do color work on it. You could do whatever you want, honestly. It's super cute.
All right, next one is, I feel like this is a little less farm markety, but I still had to add it in there, is the Sophia Tote Bag. I forgot to add the maker of this, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. We'll call it a blow.
It is a crochet bag available for $8. I think this is the most expensive one that we have, and it's in super bulky, 445 yards. So we love a granny square moment. This is made in knit collage, and I know that is wildly expensive. So I am thinking this would be so cute in cotton held double and a thick cotton yard held double. So I feel like Michael's Joann's has so many of the little skeins available that it would be perfect for the center of all those squares. And it's a flat bottom tote. It's like a wooden round handle.
I love that.
Obviously you can switch that out, but I was like just loving everything about it. So I had to share that one. I love it.
Yeah, that one's really cool for sure. Would you say you're obsessy with a granny square moment?
Obsessy.
Obsessy. All right, the next one is another knit pattern. This one is the EDDA Bag 2.0 by Suzanne Mueller, who goes by Paula Strict on Instagram. It's $4 and, well, roughly $4. I'm gonna go your route because it was not listed in USD, but it's about $4 USD. It is a worsted weight bag, and it is 210 to 240 yards. This one, another great netted bag. This one is similar in style to the color block market bag that Nick talked about a few minutes ago, but it is net all the way to the bottom, and it's a little bit finer netting too. So this would be the one like you could put pony beads on as you're working it if you wanted to.
For sure. And do people do that with knitting too?
I don't see why not. I mean, some of these, yeah, like as you're working, you could probably. I'm trying to think of how you would do it, but there's got to be a way.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Our next YouTube tutorial.
We figure out beading. But yeah, so this one's like net all the way through. It has a little bit more of a rounded shape, but just a cute classic bag. I love it in that solid gray, like it with the lemons in it. Like, come on, that's super cute.
Sometimes, like, I'm inspired to do something by the FO pics that I'm picturing.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm like, I can picture this. That's what I said about something we'll talk about in a few minutes, but I'm like, I picture lavender sticking out of it and a little jar of honey. Like, I'm just all about it.
Yeah, I'm like not the type to like follow a lifestyle blog, but I think about that stuff sometimes. I'm like, oh, I want to go to the farmer's market and put some stuff in my bag. Like, how fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, the next one is the best one, obviously. It's called the Kitty Tote by Yarn Inspirations. And the crochet project is free. It uses worsted weight yarn, 597 yards. This bag is perfect, which is funny because it's like Grrlfriend's, but
oh my god.
My R didn't catch on that one.
It so is though.
It is so cute. I can picture like customizing it to any of my cats. I think this might be on my future whip list for my mother-in-law. I'm totally about it. And again, it's like half and half. I feel like I have so much orange yarn because I was making these pumpkin bags last year.
Yeah.
Throw it in there. Who doesn't have white cotton yarn? I'm all about it. So I had to share that one. I totally loved it.
That's cute. Is the handle like sewn on, it looks like almost?
Yeah, so I think that it's like some solid single crochets, but instead of slip stitching it to the top of the bag, which I feel like is what most people do, it's on the outside of the bag, probably 12 or so rows down, and it's just
sturdy.
One more accessory.
Yeah, it's cute.
I love
it looks sturdy.
For sure.
All right, our next knit pattern is the Breezy Knit Market Bag by Nancy J. Thomas. This one is a free pattern. It is bulky weight and it is 346 yards. I love that this one's knit up in bulky weight because it's probably so quick to knit and it's got a pretty little repeat. It's got some texture to it. It looks like it would stand up to a lot of produce. So you could get
at least 15
you could get
watermelons
broccoli,
in there.
Watermelons. 15 watermelons. That's bigger than a grapefruit.
I don't eat watermelon.
I'm not going to eat 15 of them. Yeah, just another cool pattern, cool texture.
Okay.
Bulky.
Love it. All right. I think this may be our last one.
I think so.
All right. The Wildrose Market Bag by Stephanie Jessica Lau. It is a crochet pattern available for $5, but it's also available for free. It is a worsted weight pattern, 570 to 610 yards. It's 13 granny squares seamed together. I think that this would be one of the sturdiest bags out of everything mentioned because they're solid, not solid, individually worked squares, then all seamed together. So I think Katie is loving this one. You said
Yes.
you were considering it.
I am
potentially.
considering it, in part because I just got this cool book. I might, she's got a pattern, I think, for the granny squares in this bag, but I just got this new book. It's the Granny Square Source Book, 100 Contemporary Motifs to Mix and Match.
So, like, to take the concept of it, maybe with a different
yes.
square.
And so
really
it has all these
cool.
different patterns in it, and I was like, how fun would it be to just kind of go, I don't think I did that right, just go crazy and, like, do a bunch of different patterns. There's even a watermelon one in there I saw, so you can do 15 watermelons.
At least 16 watermelons in there.
But yeah, so that might be a fun one to kind of, like, use as a template and experiment with. But yeah, super cute bag. I might do a knit one and a crochet one, just go crazy. So
And
we'll see
then-
what happens.
Just a reminder, you don't have to do any of the bags that we mentioned
Yeah.
in these videos. So I originally was like, I'm going to put fanny packs in the videos, and I chose this super cute fanny pack. It's actually on YouTube. I cannot believe that I did not write down the pattern or anything. I wasn't picturing sharing this as an FO, but
Well, again, we'll, like, mention it.
yeah, for sure.
I'll put it in.
So this is my first farm market make along, even though it's not.
She's done before we kick off the makeup.
Right.
That's how Nicole works.
So this is one of the bags that I made. It was out of some cotton that I already had in my stash. For the first time, I learned how to sew a zipper and add some lining to my bag. So if
professional.
any of the ones that we, mentioned today, if you love those or whatever pattern you pick out, if you decide to add a lining, tag me in that too, because I totally love that. I told Katie earlier, now that I know how to do this, I'm going to do it to, like, all of my bags because it just makes it so much more secure. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it. This was just in some cotton that that I had in my stash, like I said. So never changed centers for my granny square or anything like that. I just kept going, and I was crafting what I love. Like, that's what we all say, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, when we first decided on this, I'm like, I don't picture a knitted crochet bag for
Yeah.
me. Well, then I started searching some more, and I found this. And then I started searching more and found the cat bag. Like, come on. Who doesn't love the cat bag?
Yeah, originally, like, in my life, I had never thought I would want to put together a bag, and then her sister recommended it, and I was like,
The more you look, the more you
I was
find.
like, that could be fun. Let me look at some patterns, and now I'm obsessy. So
Now you're gonna buy 15
I'm gonna-
watermelons.
15 watermelons for each bag that I knit. It's all watermelons.
All right.
Yeah. So again, it is the Farmers Market Make Along # Farmers Market MAL when you post your pictures on Instagram. But yeah, we are gonna release episode 4
Super
pretty
soon.
shortly. We are planning something kind of fun for that, so get ready. But yeah, in the meantime, if you enjoyed our video, like and subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies. We're here to have fun.
Mom, make sure you share my video.
Yeah, Nicole's mom.
All right. Thanks for joining us,
Thank
guys.
you.